Hello, I'm Alan from Netis, and basically let me start with a question for you. Are you coming from an organization who's dealing with data or information verification, or are you maybe from a government agency or company who's being blocked or losing money because you're in the process where your data is being verified? Or are you maybe from an organization who's just dropped the verification because it's hard and tedious? Well, if your answer to any of those questions is yes, then you need to talk to us. Netis is a company from Slovenia. We're from EU, and we're really happy to be part of this program. We just started, but we have a long history. And basically, we help to deliver the biggest conformant wallet ecosystem. We are also talking with a lot of EU policymakers and helping EU institutions to design their digital frameworks, verification tools, and processes. And we're happy to be here to share some of our knowledge and also to learn how things are done in the US. So let's take a look at our motivation. So if you're a startup and you don't know what to do, creating fake data and fake information is today a really blooming business, right? If you just look at the numbers, because of tedious verification, there's a lot of crime. There are many lost opportunities, and basically here we showcase why this is so. Today, if we want something fast, we Google search, but this really results in untrusted data, untrusted information, and here's when all the opportunities are taken. If you want to increase the trust, it takes more and more time, more and more money. So, question is, can we do something about it? And simple answer is yes. We can introduce new frameworks and new ways of managing and exchanging the data, which will push all this verification in the top left quadrant, and all this with the help of digital wallets and verifiable credentials. It's not an easy task, it takes time, but by establishing a reliable, transparent, and fast framework, this is possible, and we also prove that in real space in some of the EU projects. Within this project, basically we are presenting a solution that consists of two elements. One is the Verifier app and solution fleet management. And the second is a Verifier application. And on top of that, we have what we call a Verifier Trust Framework, which is solving some of the problems mentioned by speakers before on how to streamline selective disclosure with ease without burdening the user on selecting the fields to be shared, so on and so forth. We'll take a look at a short demo how this works. So let's go to the video. This will play. Okay. So first, we have a CBP who, via fleet management platform, authorizes a personnel to request a given credential or set of claims from a user. This then defines the rules and policies that are transferred into the inspector's app, let it be a native wallet or a dedicated app. Here we see how inspector receives this authorization within its wallet, which turns the wallet into an inspector application. Inspector on site or a device selects the credential that the holder needs to present, and here we see also how the holder will then scan a QR code. And because of this Verifier Trust framework, now the wallet can notify the user that the requester or the verifier is actually authorized to request that credential, and that it's only authorized to request a specific subset of claims, which removes the burden of manually selecting which claims are being shared in the verifier. The inspector receives all the information, can inspect it, add additional notes, and then this information, depending on the verification rules of the organization, are then sent back basically to the fleet management app, and basically the CBP in this case can see all the shared credentials and also all the notes made by the inspector on site. Okay, So if you want to see how this works in real life, please visit us in our booth, and we're more than happy to showcase our solution. Now, let's start with the questions. Thank you.
So I've got a question here, and it may just be because I'm not as familiar with this particular process as I am with immigration or buying liquor. But here, the app and the verifier itself reside with the CBP agent at the border, right? That's where it sits. So that initial step with the loading information and receiving the email, where does that come in? Is that the vehicle that's arriving? Do they submit that ahead of time? Where does that stage that kicks off the process reside?
No, that first step is basically onboarding your personnel into the system, okay? And then, so here we showcase one possible workflow, but there may be other established workflows today that can be reused. What's important is what it's put in those authorization credentials, and the fact that with this, what we call verifier trust model, if you wish, we can communicate to the wallet that so first, inspector is authorized to operate on behalf of the organization. If we go further, we can prove that organization is recognized by law or an act, whatsoever, to request those credentials, and also then present additional details on how long it's stored, how it's processed, so on and so forth, right? So, and that's the key added value here.
Are you part of any of the EUDI wallet large-scale pilots? And if so, like what use cases or which one of them?
We are not part of the large-scale pilots. We work on other EU projects, and in the European Blockchain Services Infrastructure project, actually, we managed to establish the biggest, I would say, conformant wallet ecosystem. So we defined the full profile, and today we have over 25 conformant wallet providers, and basically many of those are then part of the LSPs in EUDI and now helping to evolve there. So that was probably the most impactful work we managed to achieve over time. And also we work with other, let's say, EU projects to help them define and share the knowledge that we gathered over the years working and building up this project. So,
in addition to subject matter standards and source code like W3C or the ISO MDL, do you think that with the important role that a wallet provider provides, that they should also be going through certification against other standards like ISO 27001?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as soon as it comes to, like, I would say, critical credentials, that will be a hard requirement, at least in Europe, because we need to know that the wallets now become a very dangerous tool. So we need to ensure that they are secure. I mean, and that's also why we are introducing this Verifier Trust framework, because we would like to avoid that when a user visits an online store, and in that online store they ask the user just share all the credentials in the wallet, right? So certification will be a key part of this process, of course.
When you say trust framework, do you just mean a set of operating agreements and criteria?
There are trust frameworks, and there are trust frameworks and there are trust models. Trust framework is just something that enables, I would say, trust models, but trust models are defined by rules, policies, and regulation. For example, IDAS is one trust model, but of course there are others, right? Then of course, recognition. So one is technical interoperability, but then also the recognition of different operations and actions between all those trust frameworks. But you're probably very familiar with those. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.